ndị Igbo dọma na-ege ntị ekele na m ụlọ aka bụkwa onye nke gị Ugochi tubelu Oraifite nwa Adama anyị na-akpọ ala ekele gị nwanne anyị nwoke onye nyere anyị ọmarịcha egwu anyị ji wee bata na ịtụgharị uche nke ụbọchị taa. We are making progress. A lot of people ndị nna nna anyị ha are reincarnating back, and everybody is working assiduously to make sure na ihe niile emebiri emebi nke ekoasịrị our forefathers wee napụ anyị na-emezichara emezi. Ụfọdụ ụgwa ndị ụka ọdụ na-agbara ọlụ apụta instead of ịgwa ndị mmadụ nke bụ eziokwu, ha sị na ka ha lụwa n'ụka ka ha wee nweta multitude. Ụfọdụ sịrị ya jicha ịlụ n'ụka bụ na ụka na-eme mmadụ enwe ego, na ịlụwa na omenala na ime enwe ego like that, na ịlụwa n'ụka ndị mmadụ ya dị proud butere moto. Mmadụ nwere ike ịbịa n'ụlọ ụka gbapuoro mmiri, ndị mmadụ a na-eme onye ahụ nwere ike mgbe mkpa ji ya ọ bịara nwa dibịa ọ na-azụ ahịa ikpechara ya ịgọchara ya ọfọ wee gwa mmụọ gị na ha so ha ji eme ka ngwa ahịa ahụ eji eji ka ererizie ngwa ahịa ahụ ịdago ihe ọ eme o wetara ọkaịkaị nwa dibịa na nkaịkaị then o jezie na n'ụlọ ụka bụ ihe akpara isi bụ ihe moto. Onwe ndị a ga-echi echichi ogota moto bụ ihe ndị na-agba ụkọ ebe ahụ ga-eche ha moto. Ihe na mindset ndị be anyị nwee oke ị na-eme. Ụfọdụ ndị rụrụ ha arụtara ọfụma they will be withdrawn. Ịghọtara ya? Ihe kpatara ma ara ka ịda jọji ndị mmadụ ma ndị ya sị na agbara ọlụ ha ji na ha ya alụ n'ọnọdụ ụka ka ha chọrọ ịlụ abịazie ebe a na-eri ndị mmadụ ọlụ. It can only cost you short life because onye kpọrọ gị ọrụ fụ na ị na-alụ ịtara ihe e kwuru, you might be withdrawn on time from the surface of this gross material world. Aka mbụkwa onye nke gị Ugochi tubelu Oraifite. A sị na anyị ga-adị ka echi na echi adị agwụ agwụ. A sị nwa onye Igbo na-atụ nzu na-ama nzu na aka marụ nzu aka tụrụ nzu ama atụnata unyi. Ịghọtara ya? Anyị ga-ejere obodo nara obodo. A sị na eke ọ ga-eketara anyị ihe ọma ise. Abụkwa m nwa Ugochi tubelu Oraifite. Anyị na-agba afa miri emi lụkwazị ọrụ mmụọ miri emi. Ihe nchọ ka nkụzi n'ụbọchị tata ọ bara uru ịgwawazi gị ihe ịtapịara gị ihe egwu a eji wee dubata anyị n'ọgbakọ nke taa. Mana ofu ihe ka m chọrọ ịgwa gị n'isiokwu anyị n'ụbọchị tata bụ mmemme isi a little bit with oyibo ka ụmụnna anyị ndị adị anụcha ma ndị Igbo amụrụ na mba dị iche iche ndị ada asụsụ Igbo ka ha nwee ike sonye nke ọma. Ihe m chọrọ ịkụzi today bụ ihe gbasara spirituality. What I'm about to say is about spirituality. In the spiritual hierarchy. Okay, let me start from here. In this is gross material world. Enwere ethereal world. Ethereal world. Then where substantiality. Ebe chukwu nke okike abịama. The topmost. Enwere entities of powers na-eme operate na each 4 categories of spiritual hierarchy. In the world of gross material world, enwere ndị na-eje ozi. When ndị na-eje ozi, you can call them any name. You can call them ezumezu. Ị nwere ike ịkpọkwa ha ndị egere na ndị mbụ. ụfọdụ na-akpọkwa ha elemental beings. It doesn't actually matter the name ịkpọrọ ya, based on understanding of whoever that is trying to illustrate how things work in creation. You get? So, but let me face more of the gross material world. After gross material world, we have a mystic world. Then subconscious and spirituality. Now, what I'm about to say is that we human beings, we are animals, but we are higher animals. We are higher animals. Now, since we are higher animals, we human beings can, because we are higher than animals, we can use them for the betterment of man, which is higher animal. Then that's why a human being can decide to kill any domestic animal and eat for his own well-being, to nourish the cloth, the body. That is part of human. Now, body and spirit, the common, is like one, united, in order for someone to remain here on earth, gross material. Now, if for any reason the earthly cloak, the body, is destroyed in any form, example, somebody had a fatal accident and the body, the earthly cloak body, is already destroyed beyond any beyond repair. Now, the spirit that is called man might not be able to operate in this gross material world using that deformed body. That is why the spirit will decide to leave the particular person. Because the spirit cannot live in a decomposed body, because there is this radiation that our body, they can call it aura, our body radiates into creation. That's why, if for you to be spiritually strong, you need to have healthy body. So take care of your healthy body too. So for that reason, Almighty Father permitted human, because we are higher animals, to take those animals for the nourishment of our own body, so that we remain healthy. Because if we remain healthy, we'll be able to radiate enough energy that will work in hand with the spiritual radiation, for us to make an impact and be able to exhibit our earthly duties. So what really happened is that's why we human beings are permitted to kill any animals for our own good. Remember, in now book of Leviticus, Abraham wanted to use his son, but he said no. The sacrifice he about to want to perform, use ram instead. But nobody sent him to use his son. But for him, overzealousness, he wanted, like, if he use his son, maybe the Almighty Father will accept it more. But the Father said no, use ram. So when all these things are happening, what it entails is that we human beings are permitted to kill those animals, because those animals, they don't have spirit. What they have soul. Their instincts is what is directing them. Now, you human being, the higher animal, is permitted. That's why even in animal, the stronger animal can feed on small ones. Yes, we human being, higher animals, can feast on those lower animals for our own good. However, we are not permitted in creation to just end their life without something meaningful. If it's not for your own well-being and it's not for your own nourishment, like children, some will be killing lizard. If you are not using lizard for any something spiritual or something beneficial to you as a human, hmm? Or you are not killing it for you, maybe you want to eat it for those who can, then for you to just kill it just for a waste, don't try it. Those entities are animistic entities, they are in this world and they are praising the Most High the way you human being do praise the Most High. They have their own life to exist. So show love to the all creatures of the Most High. So don't just terminate their life for no just cause. Example, if I'm in the room, those incense and whatever that will be harmful to my health and my well-being, then I can deal with those ones. But those ones, maybe you see birds of the air and this killing them. For what purpose? It's just for the fun of it. If for fun of it, please stop. Hmm? Those animals, they have their own right to live. If it's for fun, please stop. Because by so doing, you are entangling yourself. You are making yourself the enemy of the animistics. Animistics are there helping we human beings in order to achieve our soul aim. You get? In animistic, they are there. We are higher than them. They are there to help. The work of animistics, you can see some hills, rocks, and you notice that they are growing. They are growing. You notice they are growing. For the fact that they are growing is because the work of the animistics are really helping them to grow. You can notice the world science have proven that some of this rock grows. There's entities of powers that works into all these things. There's entity of power that lives in the rock. If you like, all the elemental beings that the one making the rock to grow. There is ones walking in the sea, rivers. Call them salamanders, call them the marines, call them like what we normally call here. Is that the water sprites? Call them the salamanders, call them water sprites, call them mami water. Local language we normally use here. We are talking about the same thing. That entities of powers the Almighty created for them to be in charge of water. There is elemental beings, the herbs. I understand. People, the ones that is growing the rock, the one that is in charge of the air. There are those ones, the elemental beings, they are there to further creation in those aspects. Those ones that is in charge of the rock, they are the one making the rock to grow. Those ones that is in the air, they are the one that is there to make sure that human being gets what they need, the oxygen and rest of them. And when nature revolt against sinful nature of man, and the ones of the air can go against man, then we experience what they call typhoon, the air, disaster air that normally destroy a lot of human properties and their lives. So you can see, and the same thing with water. When the water elemental beings got angry, a lot of they can rise against man. But actually, in all these elemental beings, they are there to help man to achieve. So we need them. We need to work in hand with them. For you to know that those spirits really exist. Even the church. I don't want to call the name of the church, but when I'm saying you will be able to understand. They know that those spirits that really moves. Those spirits really moves. That's why every November 2nd, they will do the Feast of All Souls, because they believe that even the dead persons, their spirits still alive. They can go visit graveyards and they pray and the rest of them. And they even encourage their congregations to pray and ask them for favor. Ask those departed ones, the spirits, to bless them. Even in those such churches, you can see some of them have like a group of people called the Purgatarians. Purgatarian is people they believe that is praying for people that are still in the journey. They are not in the paradise according to them, and they are not on earth, they are departed. So they believe that those people can intercede. Do you know that those departed ones, the spirits, yeah, I mean, yeah, you that is watching me, yes, your late father, your late mother, yes, can intercede for you. Do you know? Yes, they are still alive. Only that they have been withdrawn to the spiritual world. Then if it's the body that can still reincarnate, because they can still reincarnate, and they can still be of help to the family. Call upon their dead relatives. They are very active. Let me share small experience to you. I have two stories I will share with you, and I will round up for today. Like this particular lady, he used to have marital problem with her husband. At a stage, her husband was like, he's fed up. He took the lady back to her parents and was like, he's done with the marriage. So the lady stayed in the village a month, 2 months, 3 months. She was like, this man is not coming. Because for her, it was like, to her, she didn't do anything that deserved such treatment. But because she did not know about Odinana and do what he's supposed to do, and recognize the existence of the ancestors and the spirits and the powerful they are, he didn't do that. Till that particular incident happened to her. She was sent to the village. One particular day, she was like, look, you can't continue this humiliation. He bought cola and go to her father's grave and said, Daddy, are you there? And I was humiliated this way. What is my offense? That my husband sent me back home. After praying, after a golfer, and asking questions to his late dad. You know what happened? That night, she told me that she had a dream. And they saw her late dad in that dream. Her dead lad said, my daughter, come. The late dad took her hand. She followed her in that dream. He don't follow his father in the dream. Where he saw themselves is the husband compound. Immediately his late father and herself, they enter the compound. The late father, according to that dream, called the husband late father. Example, Mr. Okeke. Mr. Okeke, I greet. In that dream, he now saw that Mr. Okeke coming out from their house. The father now and Mr. Okeke greeted. After greeted, he said, Mr. Okeke, this my daughter. You are the one I handed this my daughter to during the time your son came for her hand in marriage. Please, make sure that this house enter my daughter. And Mr. Okeke said, okay. And he now woke up. It now happened that the whole thing is dream. But she wouldn't even understand this kind of dream. But what really surprised her is that after a month, she was at home. Her husband drove in. Say, woman, pack your things. We are going back to Abuja. Do you see? Just like that. No other talk, no settlement, nothing. And they are living happily today. Today, the woman in question is now Odinana person. You understand? Because before used to be a church person moving from one prayer house to the other. But today, having seen what the father did for her, and now know there is power. So what I'm asking you that is watching me, yes, you. When last did you call upon your dead father and your dead mother to intercede for you? When last did you do that? When last? Let me share you another story. This one happened to me. It happened to me. My father passed on last 8 years plus. So, but that time I wasn't an adherent then when he passed on, because if it's what I knew today, there is no way I will not put an male Ogris leaf in we are supposed to be his head side, a little bit above the head. That is to remark that particular place, so that even children, if some certain things start happening, you can use cola, go to that Ogris and say, my daddy, see, do you know what is happening in the family? And he will intercede. That is how our forefather used to do it. If it's a woman, we plant Ogris, female Ogris. It will interest you to know that Ogris had male and female. You put female Ogris, so that Ogris will grow. Now, but I did not do it because I am not into Odinana that 8 years plus ago. But recently, when I began this my Odinana journey, now I have this vision that I need to do something remarkable in his graveyard, so that people will not go there and mess everything up. Maybe urinate there or do one or two things, or even so. I started like, I promised myself that I will do a mark, even if using block, to do maybe a rectangle of it. So late last year, I decided to give my village house a lift. So I decided to put on fence and put gates, which I have completed last year. So after that, I now decided like, so the place I thought was the graveyard, I already used a block. With messing people, they do a kind of rectangle. There's a mark. And look, this is where my father was buried, and nobody should go there in it or do any other unholy thing. So that's what I did. But between me and my siblings and mom, we are like, this place you make this sign was not the actual place. That maybe I shifted, I miss it with maybe a foot, about a foot or 2 foot, as in about 1 feet or 2 feet. That where I did the something wasn't the exact point. We are arguing, some said yes, some say he didn't get it correct, some say a little bit shifted. And now I'm planning to build a duplex there, as in within that side. And then I now find out that the size of the house I wanted to build, I need to put hand a little bit toward that grave side. So what happened on my own? But before then, since I'm already at Dibia now, I have already brought as I call that my father inside my temple. So my father is one of the leeches in the temple. So my father is there. So anytime, every month, anytime I want to do sacrifice to my father, I will go there and do it. So that's what is happening. So this time particular, I told my father that I want to build a duplex there. But what I want to do is that if the space I have will not be enough, that I will cut a little bit beside his grave. That the foundation will follow with her, so that the grave will be a little bit behind the building. But there's a space somebody can from the front, the side of the house, and go to the graveyard and pray or whatever. So that is my plan. Do you know what happened yesterday? Because I'm already making an arrangement that by once the whole block that we complete the place is completed, I want to start the work next month, as in the foundation and of the duplex. That is my dream. So I'm already making all the arrangements. You know what happened yesterday? Yesterday I was doing some work at the temple. So somebody came and said me, do I know what happened? I said no. He called me my attention to the graveside. Behold, my father grave was like now the mark. Now like the mark, they will come make like thing like sink, the thing sank to bit. You see the mark of the real grave. It happens that where I make the block was not the exact place. That I miss it with like 1 feet or 1 feet and you do get like I put the block here while the real grave is here. That's my block started here and my real grave is started from here and move a little bit like this. You can see as we are talking, I'm doing this video. I've already engaged my workers to do the grave, that's rectangle of a thing in this new place that already, like my father was like my son. And that place, the new mark shows that this is is where I wanted like some foundation will pass through it. So they said that if I go that way, I would have built one of my foundation layers would have crossed his grave. Do you get? Mm-hmm. It's as if he had exactly what I have in mind and what I have said, even with my siblings and mom, because I was like showing them where I want to start the duplex. Now, what happened there is that he now show exactly, and immediately we saw it with me and my mom. We said like, no, hi, this man is a strong man. He have already show us the real place. So today, as we are talking and doing this video, they are working on to block the place and put rectangle back to the real spot. So meaning that even if I want to bring hand that area again, I must give gap from the exact grave place. Do you get? So if you think that they don't have ears, you are missing it. Call upon your dead father. Even if when you are pouring repression, call him, call her. If you can be able to what we call where you put your chi, you can call the obesi of your father so that they can be doing sacrifice or nzu and they do. They are your ancestors. They are the people that will fight for you in the spiritual. You will not do it, you, because you are taught of the foreign religion of your thing. But you can proudly call St. Paul, St. Anthony, St. Francis, St. Patrick, and Agatha, and the rest of them. These are somebody's ancestors. Why can't you call your ancestors so that they will bless you? If you have any question based on what I just said today, send me a message to 0805 7837 672 Ugochi tubelu Oraifite. Remember the lesson of today. Don't kill animals unnecessarily. As long as they are not harmful to you. It's not those animals that is harmful to you and become a threat to your life. Don't kill, please. So that you will be friendly. You will make your friends and friends with the animistics. They are really interceding for you. Even the oka and the room, those animistic exist. And they even know that even the dead ones can intercede for us. That's why on November 1 they do Feast of All Saints. November 2 they do All Souls. Meaning that they know that even all the people that died can intercede for us. I will stop here. If you have any question on what I said today, ask me. If you don't have what I said before, you can ask me or whatever that is confusing in Odinana Igbo. Odinana Igbo is a spirituality. It's a spiritualism. It's a spiritual movement. It's not like a conventional religion, no. And once you stand by it that you want to practice Odinana in fullness, you will be guided. Remember to call your dead ones to intercede for you. Believe in me, you work like a miracle. Thank you. I'm still your person. Ugochi Oraifite. Thank you.